Hello students, welcome to another lecture of communication class. So today we will be learning on presentation skills in communication. So let's proceed with the lecture. So today we will be learning on understand presentation skills and element. We will learn the key component of effective presentation and develop confidence in public speaking and audience engagement. Focus on clarity, structure, and communication effectiveness. We will also learn presentation design principles, use proper layout, color schemes, the font style, the selection of the font, ensure the slides are simple, clear, and visually appealing to the audience. We will also learn how to apply consistency and balance in slide design. Also, we will explore some visual aids in business presentation. We will learn how to use charts, graphs, images, and infographics effectively, how it enhance understanding and retention through visuals and avoid clutter and ensure relevance of visual elements. So let's proceed with the lecture. So what is presentation? Presentation is like to deliver, or it is a communication process used to deliver ideas, information, or messages. Purpose of presentation is to in purpose of presentation is to relate, to talk about some topic, to inform or to persuade or influence some opinion or decision you are about to present, to engage and to create interest or awareness. So, what are the key elements of presentation? The main basic key elements are content, delivery, visual aid. What is a content? Content are the relevant information organized in as a meaningful and well organized information to deliver clearly, speaking confidence with your body language. And visual aids are uses of slides, charts, or graphics to make people understand better. So, what are the features of an effective presentation? The features of effective presentation is to have a clear structure. For example, the structure should consist of the introduction part, the main content part, and the conclusion part. It should also be simple and conscious messages. The audience should be focused approach. Of course, and the importance of business should be essential for meeting. The presentation you are presenting should be important for meeting and decision making. It should help in pitching ideas and influencing stakeholders. It also enhances professional communication and leadership skills. So, uh, so moving forward, what are the importance of presentation skills? It builds professional image because it enhances credibility and confidence in front of an audience. It creates a strong first impression in business setting. Also, it reflects professionalism and competence. So presentation skill also enhances persuasion. It helps influence audience opinions and decisions effectively. It also supports clear delivery of ideas and proposals. It uses logical arguments, impactful communication, and it also improves leadership communication. It enables leaders to clearly communicate vision and goals. It builds trust and engagement within the team. It also strengthens the ability to motivate and inspire others. So presentation skill also support business decision making. It facilitates clear presentation of data and insights. It helps the stakeholders understand key issues and solution. It is an aid in confident and information decision making. So overall, it improves communication effectiveness in professional environments. It also strengthens personal and organizational success. It also an essential skill for career growth and development. So moving forward, what are the types of presentation? The very first type of presentation is informative presentation. What is informative presentation? It aims to provide knowledge, facts, or information to the audience. It focuses on clarity, accuracy, and structured explanation. It is common in lectures, reports, and business briefings. So, informative presentation is an example, the lecture I am providing to you all. So, each and every slide has the information about the topic, and it has a detailed explanation of the topic, so that you as an audience will understand what am I supposed to do. If you are not able to catch up also, you will be able to read it at the later stage and understand what am I supposed to tell you. Second type of presentation is persuasive presentation. It is designed to influence the audience's opinions or decision. It uses logical arguments, evidence, and emotional appeal. It is often used in proposals, sales speeches, and debates. The third type of presentation is motivational presentation. Motivational presentation is inspiring, encouraging to the audience, and it is an action or improve performance. It focuses on positive messages, stories, and some positive energies. Also, it is common among leaders and the type of leadership talks and team building sessions. So, moving forward, what is sales presentation? Sales presentation promotes a product, service, or idea to potential customers. It highlights benefits, value, and competitive advantage. It also aims to convince the audience to make a purchase or decision. Another type of presentation is training presentation. It is used to educate and develop skills of employees or participants. It includes step-by-step instructions, examples, and demonstrations. It is common in workshops, onboarding, and professional development session. So, overall importance of types of presentation, each type actually serves a specific purpose and audience needed. So there are different type of audience who would actually require different kinds of presentation. So you as a student, you should remember that selecting the right type of presentation will enhance communication effectiveness. Also, it will also improve your engagement towards your engagement with the audience, your understanding, and as a result it will give a fruitful outcome for the presentation. So I hope the types of presentation is clear to you. Moving forward, what are the elements of a presentation? The elements of a presentations are speaker, audience, content. So who is a speaker? The person delivering the presentation, responsible for clear communication, confidence, and engagement. The speaker uses voices, gestures, body language effectively. Audience, the group receiving the message, that is here in this case it is you as a student. Their needs, expectations, and understanding level must be considered. Engagement and interaction with the audience are essential. So next, after the speaker, after the audience, next the important part is content. What is the content? The information or the message being communicated, it should be accurate enough, relevant enough, and well structured, organized logically. For example, the presentation should have an introduction, the main points, and then the presentation should have a proper conclusion. So the content is very important, and to create a content, you have to be very specifically understand the audience type and their understandable level. So, next element is delivery, the method of presenting the content, how you are using your tone, how you are using the clarity of your speech, how confident you are, what is the space of your voice or pace of your pronunciation, your delivery, everything is important. So, an effective delivery keeps the audience interested and attentive. Next is visually supported presentation. Like whatever presentation you are giving, you should use some slides, some charts, some graphs, some images, so that it enhances understanding and retention of the information. It should be simple, clear, and not overcrowded. Your presentation should be neat and clean. So the overall impact of such elements like should be must work together for effective communication, because if all the elements are put together and you deliver a good presentation, it improves clarity, engagement, and presentation success. So moving forward, understanding the audience. This is very important because you should analyze what the audience is actually wanting from you. Identify what the audience expects from the presentation, focus on their interest, concerns, and objectives. Tailor content to meet their specific requirement. So you need to rearrange or arrange your content constantly so that the audience need is get fulfilled. So assess knowledge level. You should always understand the mind of the audience. You should be empathetic for your audience. You should understand their knowledge level, their expectations. So determine whether the audience is the beginner, or they are at the intermediate stage, or they are expert in whatever you are presenting to them. So adjust accordingly, adjust the complexity of your language, the depth of information accordingly. Avoid too much technical or too basic explanation. So both hard and both easy way are harmful for your audience. Also, understand their expectation. Clarify what outcomes the audience is looking for. Also, align presentation goals with audience expectations. Ensure that relevance and value for the listeners are maintained properly. Moving forward, consider audience characteristics, size of the audience and level of interaction, professional background and experience. Also, one of the most important part is cultural and organizational context. You should understand that your audience, what are the culture the audience came from, and what are the organizational context or the structure you are delivering your presentation to a group of audience. So next is adapt communication style. So use appropriate tone. For example, some visuals make the presentation engaging and relatable, encourage interaction and feedback. So use the tone that will be appropriate, use some relevant example, give some visuals to the audience so that the presentation doesn't go so boring, and it will be engaging and relatable for the audience to whatever you are presenting. So like, why you should do all this? Because it enhances audience engagement and understanding. Audience feel very special, they feel engaged, and as a result it improves effectiveness of your message delivery to the audience. So ultimately it will increase, it will give an impact, and it will increase and success, and you will be a successful presenter at the end of the day. So next is structuring a presentation or preparing a presentation. How will you prepare? First is the introduction part. Begin with a strong opening to capture attention. Clearly state the topic and purpose of the presentation. Provide an overview of what will be covered. Also, next moving forward is main body. Main body should have key points in a logical sequence. It should also support ideas with examples, for example, data, or some visuals. Also, the main body may have the clarity and connection between all the points you put into. The last part will be the conclusion. Conclusion is whatever you have presenting from introduction, you should summarize the main points discussed so far. Also, you should reinforce the key messages or what are the key takeaways. Also, end your presentation with a very strong closing statement and a good thank you. The next part is question and answer session. Always, when you are presenting in person to a group of people, allow the audience to ask questions. Sorry, allow the audience to ask questions, clarify doubts, and provide additional information. Demonstrate knowledge and confidence, because this will help you to connect with the audience. A clear structure improves understanding and engagement with your audience. It will help the audience to follow the flow of information you are providing from the beginning of your presentation. It will also enhance the effectiveness of the presentation, because unless and until the people are understanding what you are wanting to tell them, what is the presentation all about, the effectiveness of presentation won't be established at all. So to become a good presenter, you should always structure a good presentation first. Then design the presentation. How to design a presentation? First is focus on clarity. Keep slides simple, clear, and easy to understand. Avoid clutter, excessive text, or unnecessary details. Use bullet points instead of long paragraphs. So, like for the past few lectures, you are seeing the way I am presenting. I am not writing in a very in depth definitions, a paragraph. I'm always trying to make my presentation simple. I'm using bullet points to make you people understand. So, also, my presentations have some graphics, some design, so it will enhance visual appeal. Use consistent color scheme, fonts, and layout. Try to incorporate images, icons, graphics wherever it is relevant. Also use proper contrast for readability. So the color of your text should be such a way that people can read your presentation. Also ensure audience engagement. Design your slides in such a way that support interaction and attention. Use some visuals and examples to make your content very, very interesting. Also avoid overloading slides with too much of information in each and every slide of yours. So I hope you are understanding how to prepare your presentation. The main like if you prepare all such in a very proper way, the main part is to maintain consistency. For example, if your slides are not consistent, if one after one slide they doesn't match, that doesn't follow a proper workflow, then then your presentation will be hampered and you will lose your own flow of speech. So use uniform font styles, sizes, and formatting throughout your presentation. Whatever be the number of your slides, keep alignment and spacing consistent. Follow a standard slide theme. Don't use too much of flashy themes, too much of bold colors, font style, or very much of italics or very complex font size or style. Don't use that. Use a consistent, readable font style and size and spacing. Next is use effective visual aids. For example, use different charts, different graphs, diagrams to explain your data. Don't just bombard your slides with many data. Use bifurcate the data, separate the data, and make the data into forms of charts, graphs, and diagrams. Because highlighting key points is visually appealing to the audience, because audience love to see more of charts, diagrams rather than paragraphs. So ensure visuals and are relevant and of high quality. Because see, if you if your slides, if your presentations are audience friendly, it improves understanding and retention of information. People will get back to their place with some information that you are presenting, you are trying to present, makes the presentation also more professional and attractive. Also, ultimately, it will enhance overall communication effectiveness. So our main motto is to make our communication effective. So, consistency, visual aid, the color, the font size, these are very, very important to create your presentation. So, next is what are the principles of effective slide design? There are few principles which the all over the globe follow. For example, simplicity. Keep slides clean and uncluttered. Use short bullet points instead of long paragraphs. Focus only on key information. Consistency. Maintain uniform fonts, colors, and layouts across slides. Use a consistent theme style throughout. Ensure a professional and cohesive appearance. Readability. Use clear fonts and appropriate font sizes. Ensure good contrast between text and background. Make your slides easy to read from a distance. So your font size shouldn't be very, very small so that the person sitting at the back of your audience could not be able to read it at all. So make the font size readable to the audience. Then proper alignment. Align text, images, and elements systematically. Use grids or guides for balanced placement. For example, use some bullet points, use some pictures along with some bullet points, take text message, images, also creates a neat and organized look. So it will give your presentation a proper way to present. Next is balanced visual. Combine text and visuals in a balanced way, not to give more of text and less of visuals, also more of visuals and less of text. Just balance between the two. Avoid overcrowding with too many images or graphics. Ensure visual support and enhance the message. So don't create your slide too much flashy, too much of pictures, too much of graphs, too much of tables. No, just balance between the two. So it will improve clarity, understanding, and audience engagement. It will also makes your presentation more visually appealing and professional. So, see, if your presentation looks more appealing, more professional, the audience you are presenting, they will easily connect to you and they will adopt whatever you are telling and they will finally understand whatever you are trying to tell them, trying to present them, ultimately establishing an effectiveness of the communication. So, effective use of text. So, what are text? Use concise bullet points like I always use. I always prefer using of bullet points. So, present key ideas in short, clear phrases, avoid lengthy sentences or paragraphs, helps audience quickly grasp important information. Choose readable fonts. Use simple and professional fonts. I prefer Arial or Calibri. Times New Roman is also a preferred professional fonts. So maintain appropriate font size for visibility. Readable from distance. Avoid decorative or complex fonts. So I'm telling you before also, don't try to use a stylish font. It is not appreciable in professional presentation. So always use some simple professional font that are being used all over the globe. So always avoid decorative or complex fonts. Then limit text per slide. Follow the less is more principle. Don't overcrowd your slide with too much of content or too much of pictures. Focus only on essential points. So that like what will be the ultimate, like what are the key information that we got from here? That use bold text, use colors, or emphasize for important points. Guide audience attention effectively. Like don't don't load the audience with too much of information. Ensure emphasis is used consistently and sparingly. So, usage of text is very important in your presentation to become an effective presenter. Also, the main proper structure. Proper structure is use heading and subpoints for clarity. You should always have a proper heading and then some subpoints. Organize content logically for easy understanding. Keep layout clean and balanced. Ensure readability and clarity. Use proper spacing and alignment. Maintain contrast between text and background. Make slide easy to read and visually appealing. So it improves audience understanding and retention. It will also enhance professionalism and presentation quality, supports effective communication of ideas, and will result in becoming help you to become a good presenter in the near future. Next is very important and very interesting, effective use of colors. So, what is a color all about? So, there are so many different colors that you may like, but you should use the colors effectively in your presentation. So what is that? Choose professional color schemes. Use simple and formal color combination suitable for business setting. Avoid overly bright or distracting colors. Maintain a consistent color theme throughout the presentation. So ensure strong contrast. Use dark text or light backgrounds or vice versa. You have to contrast your PPT slides. Improve readability and visibility from a distance. Highlight key information effectively. Limit color usage. Use a maximum 2 to 3 main colors for consistency. Like, you are allowed to use color, so don't use all the colors. Limit your usage by up to 2 to 3 maximum. I often, if you follow my slides, I often limit to 2 colors only. Some visually aid some pictures or something, and I always try to keep my text font style in black. Avoid using too many colors which can confuse the audience. Also, maintain a clean and professional look. Just like, if you overload your slides with too many of color, it will actually make your slides dirty. So so clean your slides and it will always give a professional look. So don't use too much of colors. I always prefer, or I always suggest you to use only two types of colors or two shades of colors. Use colors for emphasis. For example, highlight important points, headings, or data. Use contrasting colors to draw attention. Ensure emphasis is consistent and meaningful. Also, consider color psychology. For example, each and every color demonstrate a particular uh, emotion. So, for example, blue for trust and professionalism, green for growth and balance, red for urgency or important alerts. Choose color appropriate to the message. So, always in a professional setup, in the organization structure, in the organization corporate world, you try to understand the usage of color. So don't use color randomly. Try to understand the meaning of the color you are using to send your message or to present in your PPT slide. Maintain readability. Avoid color combination that strain the eye. Ensure text is clearly visible against background. Test slides on different screens if possible. So, if you are presenting in a big screen, much before the presentation, you go and run your slides there just to see whether the colors are appealing from the very end of the audience sitting behind you, or how it is actually portraying your slides in front of the audience in a in maybe a big setup. So always you try to run your slides on different screens to see the balance of your color. So like why you want to see the balance of your color? Because always your presentation should enhance visual appeal and audience engagement. It improves understanding and retention so that it creates a professional and polished presentation. Next is use of images and graphics. Enhance attention. Why do we use images and graphics? Because it will enhance our attention, the audience attention. Visuals capture audience interest more effectively than text alone. It breaks monotony and keep the presentation engaging. It also helps maintain focus throughout the presentation. So some usage of some images, some graphics, it will help the audience to improve their understanding. It simplify the complex ideas through charts, diagrams, and illustrations. Make information easier to interpret and analyze. It also support verbal explanation for better clarity, for better understanding, so that it also increases retention. The more visual, the more interesting images, the more interesting graphics you use, the visual content is remembered longer than the text. It helps to reinforce key messages and concepts. It also aids in quick recall of information. So, why do you need to use images and graphics? Choosing of your image that directly support the topic, use relevant visuals. Like, don't use images for the sake of using the image. You know that which topic you are presenting, so kindly use some image that is relevant to your topic. Also, choose images that are directly support to the topic. Also avoid decorative or unrelated graphics. Ensure visuals and value to the content. So just ensure that the value whatever you are providing to the audience, the images whatever you are using, it should have a balance between the two, text and the image. Also it should have a proper understanding of what images you are using, what kind of information you want to share to your audience. They should have a proper understanding, and also they should have a proper meaning of your presentation. Maintain quality and simplicity. Use high resolution images and clear graphics. It avoid overcrowding slides with too many visuals. Also keep design clean and professional. So always try to use professional and clean design. Always try to use a high resolution images so that if you are using a big screen, the image does not fade away. Also, make a balance between your text and visuals. Combine images with brief explanations. Ensure visuals complement rather than replace content. Maintain a balanced and organized layout so that it will enhance engagement, clarity, and effectiveness. It will also make your presentation more attractive and memorable. It improves your communication and audience experience. So, presentation delivery skills. First is, of course, your voice modulation. Vary tone, pitch, and pace to maintain audience interesting. Don't try to present in a same monotonous voice. Just vary your tone, pitch, and pace so that the audience feel connected and they feel interested in listening to you. Emphasize key points through changing voices. Avoid monotonous pitch for better engagement. The very important part is eye contact. Maintain consistent eye contact with the audience. Builds trust, confidence, and connection. It will help the audience attentive. The more you look at the audience eye and try to connect with them, try to present them, the more the audience will feel connected to your presentation. Then the body language. Use gestures, postures, and movements effectively. You should have a proper positive body language. Avoid closed or distracting body signals. So don't go too much close to the audience, which will be distracting to the audience. Reinforces verbal communication, like use your voice along with your body language, posture, and gesture. Confidence. Speak clearly and assertively. Show belief in your content and message. Also reduces nervousness and improves credibility. So, the more confidence you will be in your presentation, you should be able to speak clearly and assertively. Also, the very important thing is time management. Plan and allocate time for each section of the presentation. Avoid rushing or exceeding the allocated time. So plan accordingly so that at the end you don't have to rush with your presentation. Ensure all key points are covered effectively so that audiences enhance get an engagement and understanding. They have a proper understanding for whatever you are speaking. It will improve presentation effectiveness and professionalism. So ultimately, it will build a strong communication and leadership skills. Managing presentation anxiety. So this is very common in everyone. Like uh, people presenting for years after years, they also feel anxiety, but they are like experienced enough to hide that. But you as a fresher, or if you are a fresher, or if you are an experienced person also, you will feel a little bit of anxiety before presenting a presentation. So practice regularly. Rehearse multiple times to build confidence. Practice in front of the mirror or with peers or in front of anybody. Familiarity with content reduces nervousness. If you know your content, then of course you will feel less nervous. So prepare thoroughly. Know your content, key points, and example. Well anticipate possible questions from the audience. Organize notes and presentation flow clearly, because you know that if you understand what you are going to present, if you understand your audience group, then you may sometimes anticipate that the audience may ask such questions. So then you prepare accordingly with your answers, and then you prepare a note along with that. You keep a presentation flow accordingly. Okay. Next is focus on audience engagement. So what is that? Shift attention from fear to interaction. Like if you feel a bit of nervous, you just shift your fear or your nervousness to interact with audience. The more you use eye contact, questions and examples to involve listener, the more fear of your presentation or the anxiety will be reduced. Treat any presentation rather as a conversation rather than a speech, so that you feel comfortable, also you make comfortable to the audience. Also, use relaxation techniques. Do a deep breathing exercise to calm nerves before speaking. Just have a for 5 rounds of deep breathing. One, two, one, two. So this will help you to relax your body. Maintain a steady pace and pause when needed. Control body language to appear calm and confident. Just relax yourself, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and start with your presentation. It will give you a relaxing, anxiety relief situation. Also, build positive mindset. Replace all kind of negative thoughts with positive self belief. Always say to yourself that I can, I will be able to present. Like, what are you presenting? You are presenting a fact that you want to share with your audience. So just accept small mistakes and continue confidently. If you slip a word, if you slip a point, just don't get panic. You just confidently continue with your presentation. Focus on delivering value rather than being perfect. So, you don't have to be perfect. Nobody is here to judge your perfectness. Nobody is here to judge how you speak, your pronunciation. Everyone is here present as your audience is to listen whatever you want to deliver. So the information gathering is important rather than judging you as a perfect presentation presenter. Then start strong. Begin with a confident opening line, short introduction. Also, a good start reduces anxiety for the rest of the presentation. It helps in gaining audience attention quickly so that it reduces nervousness and boosts confidence. It improves delivery and audience connection. It also ultimately enhances overall presentation effectiveness. Next is advanced visual support. What are advanced visual support? Use of advanced visual tools to make presentation more interactive, engaging, and impactful. So you know that these nowadays we are more using of AI tools. The advancement of AI implementation has been done is being done doing every university, every schools, every colleges, every organization. They are just implementing AI tools into their presentation. So the types of advanced visual aids are animations and transitions, add movement to highlight key points, infographics present complex data in a simplified visual format, charts and dashboard display data trend and comparison clearly, videos and multimedia provide real life examples and enhance understanding. Enhancing audience and engagement is interactive elements. Poll use You try to use polls, quizzes, clickable slides, which will enhance audience participation and increase the participation of the audience. Also try to keep the audience involved with attentive thought out the present throughout the presentation. So involve your audience in the question answer round, involve your audience in some quizzes, in some role play. Also, like, it will help makes learning more dynamic and interesting, because unless and until your presentation should be interactive enough, it should be, you won't be able to understand whether you are able to connect with your audience or not. Then improve clarity and impact. Visual storytelling explains highly complex ideas effectively. It reinforces key messages with strong visual support. It improves retention and understanding. The best practices are use animations sparingly to avoid distraction, ensure visuals are relevant and aligned with content, maintain consistency in design and style, test multimedia elements before presenting. So use all such kind of animation, some visual aid, some multimedia, so that your presentations may look more professional and modern. It will also enhance communication effectiveness and audience experience. And ultimately, if you do or implement such thing, then your audience, you will have engagement, clarity of your audience, and the audience will memorize or will able to understand or keep something in their mind whatever you are presenting. So the types of visual aids. First one is charts and graph. It is used to present numeric data clearly and effectively. It includes bar charts, line graphs, pie charts, etc. It helps in comparing trends, patterns, and relationships. Next is infographics. By the term infographics, it is understandable that it's a combination of text, icons, and visuals to explain information, simplify complex concept into easy to understand visuals. It is highly engaging and visually appealing. Next is videos. Another type of visual aids is videos. Videos, it provide dynamic and real life examples. It enhance audience understanding throughout the demonstration. It is an useful for storytelling and explaining processes. Another type of visual aids are smart boards. You know that these days all the schools and universities are actually adopting the smart board system. Like they are shifting from traditional blackboard and traditional whiteboards now to the present smart boards. So try to use more of smart boards in your presentation. Interactive digital tools used in modern presentation allow real-time writing, drawing, and interaction, improve audience participation and engagement. Next is animation. Adds movement to slides to highlight key points, helps in explaining processes step by step, makes presentation more engaging when used appropriately. So, different visual aids serve different purposes. It enhance clarity, engagement, and retention. Also, it makes the presentation more effective and impactful. So, what are the purpose of such visual aids? It's used to present numeric data and business performance trends clearly. It helps simplify complex data for easy interpretation. The types of charts are bar chart, line graph, pie chart, column chart. So throughout your life, you be a student, you be a professionals, you want to present in corporate, you want to present in academics, you should learn how to make charts and graphs and how to use that, because these two elements are very, very important in every life of the presenter. So these are the four types of chart which are being widely used throughout this globe. So why it is being used so much? Because it makes data easy to understand at a glance, highlights patterns, trends, and relationships, supports better decision making. Best practices: use simple and clear labels for access and data, avoid crowding with too much information, choose the right chart type based on data purposes, use consistent colors and legends. It enhancing visual impact, that is, it highlights key data points or trends, use contrasting color for clarity, keep design clean and professional, and also it improves clarity and communication of data. The audience actually feels understanding and engaged with the speaker, and these are also an essential tool for business presentation and analysis. Mostly these are used, like the charts, bars and charts are used for analysis of the data you have. It also gives a clear picture of the data in a very easy and visually appealing way. So I hope you are clear so far. So moving forward with infographics in business, is infographics are visual representation that combine text, data, icons and graphics. It is designed to present information in a simple and visually appealing way. It simplifies complex information into easy to understand visuals, communicate key messages quickly and effectively. It enhances audience comprehension and engagement. Key features are use of icons, charts, and minimal text, clear layout with logical flow of information, attractive design with balanced colors and visuals. Benefits are improved understanding of complex data and concept, increases retention and recall of information, saves time by presenting information consciously. Business application, presenting report and data summaries, marketing and promotional content, training and educational material, explaining processes and workflow. So, of course, uh, if you want to summarize your report, or if you want to summarize your quarterly business report or quarterly sales data, to make marketing presentation, sales data presentation, you need a good presentation. Like where it is used, best practices is keep design simple and uncluttered, use accurate and relevant data, as I'm repeatedly telling you, because always visually, if it is appealing, then it will enhance communication in business, because information makes more engaging and impactful, resulting in support of effective decision making and communication. So, using videos effectively. Keep videos short and relevant. Use brief clips that directly support the topic. Avoid long and unrelated videos that may distract the audience. Focus on delivering key messages efficiently. So, usage of video is very, very important because it demonstrates concepts throughout real life example. It simplifies complex processes with visually explanation, reinforce verbal content with engaging visuals. It also increase audience interest. Videos capture attention and break monotony, make presentation more dynamic and interactive. It also helps maintain engagement throughout the session. So always remember to use clear, high resolution videos with a good audio quality. Avoid technical issues like buffering or poor sound quality. Test videos before your presentation begins. Test as many number of times you want to test before your presentation. So always run a background before your presentation. Integrate smoothly with the content. Just don't use video for the sake of using video. Introduce the video with context and just match with the purpose. Summarize key takeaway from the video. After showing the video, you should summarize the student, the key takeaway for the video. Ensure video aligned with overall presentation flow. Control timing. Place videos at appropriate points in the presentation. Avoid overuse to maintain balance. Ensure timing fits within presentation schedule. So that it improves clarity, engagement, and retention. Makes presentation more interactive and effective. It also enhances audience learning experience. So now let's talk about some mistakes the presenter or presentation makes. Overloaded of slides, too much of text data, too much of visuals. It makes it difficult for the audience to focus and understand. So reduce clarity and overall effectiveness. Reading from the slides. Directly don't read the content straight away to your audience. Use some words, use some explanation to make your audience understand. Poor time management. Don't spend too much of time on certain section and then you have to rush at the end of their presentation. Lack of interaction. Don't just give a speech kind of a presentation. Try to ask questions, Try to encourage feedbacks, try to encourage discussion, and try to be more interactive during your presentation. Impact of these mistakes are it weakens the communication effectiveness, it reduces audience understanding and retention, it also affects professionalism and presentation success. Objective presentation activity. The objectives are apply presentation skill, design principle, and visual aid in a particular scenario, develop confidence and communication effectiveness. Take description. Prepare a short business proposal presentation. Use appropriate visual aids like, for example, charts, infographics, images, and focus on the clarity, structure, and audience engagement. And also, the steps to follow are choose a relevant topic or idea, define objective target audience, target the structure, for example, as I'm being telling you before, introduction, a body, and the conclusion, and then ultimately design slides using a clear text and visually. So, why to use visual aids? Include charts or infographic for data, add images or videos to support ideas, ensure visual and relevant and not overcrowded. So, uh, like the delivery focus, deliveries, as we have also like discussed before, you should have a proper eye contact, you should have a proper voice modulation, and the main part is to engage your audience through question and answer and interaction. Also, the evaluation criteria is clarity and structure of the content, effectiveness of your visual aids, delivery skills and confidence, time management, and audience engagement. So you should maintain or allocate your time of presentation in such a way that you present your whole topic and you have also a time for audience interaction and engagement. Also, improved presentation and communication skill. It will have a better understanding of visual design and delivery. It enhances confidence in professional and presentation. So like you should always, you should be focused on whatever you're presenting. You should be focused on the content of the presentation. You should understand your audience. You should be empathetic to the audience. You should use your content of the presentation readable, understandable, easy way for your presentation group. So, as a conclusion, we can say that what is a presentation? So we have been talking about a lot about communication from the very first lecture. We have already covered presentation skill, the oral communication, the memos, the letters, the different types of communication. So far what we have covered, it is clearly understandable is to become a good communicator, you should have a proper way of delivering your speech or your idea to your audience. So, whenever you are presenting in front of anybody, be it your college presentation, be it your school project, be it your normal presentation, group presentation, your organization presentation, you should always keep one thing in mind is first you should understand to whom you are presenting. You should understand your audience and accordingly set your content of the topic, content of your slide, content of your slide should be readable enough, understandable enough, likable enough to your audience. Because we as a presenter, we choose our slide styles, slide font, content as per the audience. So thank you for today. We will be again meeting on the next lecture. I hope you are understanding very well and you will practice at your home or with your peers how to present, and I know that I am confident that you all will be a very good presenter and a very good in your communication skill. So thank you for today. Have a good day and bye bye.